Now this is a song perfect for a beat game. Look at this. This is so cool. Well, I actually already ended recording this video, but I just had to return to show you guys this. Oh no, we missed another one. So I guess that's gonna be the end of the introduction to this video. Hope you'll enjoy it. Welcome back, fellow mobile gamers. My name is NimbleThor, and today in my mobile gaming quest, we're gonna talk about Sonic, but not that Sonic though, Sonic Cat, which is a new music rhythm game that released around November last year. Now, I covered another rhythm music game, not too unlike this one, about a month ago, called Beat Fire, and since you guys really seem to like that one, I figured that we would check out Sonic Cat as well. Now, the game has a nearly perfect rating over on Google Play and on the App Store. I think it has a 4.9 out of 5 and a 4.8 out of 5 respectively, and it was also recommended by one of you fine folk over on Discord, so thank you a bunch for that awesome recommendation. And today we're gonna check out this game. Now, the game itself is actually pretty straightforward. We simply have to select a track here, and we unlock more tracks as we progress through the game, and we can watch advertisements or pay some in-game gold to unlock more of them. And so let's just select one here called Unity. And you know what? I think we're gonna start out with the normal difficulty level, and then once we've completed that, we will unlock, I mean, I have already completed the normal difficulty level, but typically once you complete that, you will unlock the hard difficulty as well, and if we do well enough, maybe we'll go play that as well. The game is incredibly punishing though. If we just miss a single one of these notes that come falling from the top of the screen, we will have to restart all the way from the beginning again, unless we watch an advertisement, of course, and then we'll be able to start at some sort of checkpoint, but really, most of the time, you probably just want to start all over again. Now, in terms of how we play the game, though, we simply have to tap on either the left or the right side of the screen at just the right time when these notes come falling down from the top of the screen. And that's it for this music rhythm game. You know, it reminds me a bit of Beat Saber over on VR devices. If you haven't played that game and you know someone who has a VR device, it's really worth it to check out that game. Awesome game. Now, this is of course a simplified version of that, but the fact that we have to tap on either the right or the left side of the screen does give it a bit of that same gameplay feel. Now, if you guys watched my video on Beat Fire, you might also recognize this song here. I just now realized that's because this is an EDM track, and Beat Fire focused 100% on EDM tracks. Now, in this game, we also do have some EDM tracks like this one, but we also have some more typical popular radio songs in here, like, for example, Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. And that's really awesome that we can get to play some of those types of tracks as well. I will say though, typically these EDM tracks are a bit more interesting to play in a music rhythm game. At least that has been my experience so far. They typically have a very good bass rhythm, and you know, they can get incredibly difficult if you up the difficulty of them, because there are so many small notes that you'll be able to hit. And I guess you could say the same about a pop song like Senorita, for example, as you can see here as well, or Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. But I think it's because EDM tracks focus 100% on the beat itself. That's basically all they've got going for them, so that typically makes for more interesting songs. Anyway, now that we're back here in the menu, we can unlock new songs, as I said before, either by watching an advertisement or by paying in-game gold. That is exactly like in Beat Fire, which is really cool since it means we don't have to pay real-life money to enjoy this game. Now, I actually really wanted to show the Tetris theme song, or even Billie Eilish's Bad Guy here in this video, but I'm just afraid of YouTube's copyright system, and I'm afraid that this video will be claimed, so unfortunately, we're not gonna do that. But before we head into another awesome track, though, I will show you guys all the awesome weapons over here. Many of these we can equip by watching an advertisement, which again leads back to how this game monetizes, and then some of them we do have to pay quite a hefty amount of the game's in-game currency for, like 1,000 for example for the Christmas tree, and for the ice and fire weapon right now I am using this pigtail, which extends perfect range for 10%, which is actually really beneficial. And you can see other of these have another type of benefit, like for example the katana, where we get a shield to avoid missing one time. That is a lifesaver, quite literally. But most of these do nothing, and some of them give some sort of benefit. So that's pretty awesome. I'd love to see more of these types of weapons added to the game. That would be so cool. You know, I think there's lots that the game developers can explore in this realm or in that regard. Now, in terms of what I would love to see added to this game, I would love to see longer songs. Most of these last for only about 30 seconds or so, which is really a shame. I guess it might have to do with the price it costs to license some of these tracks, so I get it, but it's still unfortunate. I would also love to see a high score system so that we can see how we do in comparison to other players. But I will say though, the advantage of that not being there is that this game can actually be played in offline mode. So I guess you just can't get it all, because typically if this game had a high score system, it would also force us to be online. It doesn't have to do that, but it probably would force us to be online. Apart from that, less forced advertisements would do this game very well. At this point, if we don't play in offline mode, we'll basically see an advertisement after almost every single song. However, though, it should also be pointed out that you can actually remove these advertisements through a single $4 in-app purchase, which is a bit expensive, but I typically think that's a completely fair way to monetize. I just think that there might be one too many ads in the free version of this game, but if you buy that $4 in-app purchase, you'll have an absolutely great experience with this game. My biggest complaint, though, is that it seems that the timing of the notes aren't always perfect in this game, and that's kind of a big deal. In some tracks, it really feels on point, like in Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, but in other tracks, it feels as if we have to tap a bit off rhythm, which, as a drummer myself, really threw me off. I guess it's just that some of these tracks need a tiny bit of calibration, and I hope that that is something. Well, that is certainly something that can be fixed through an update, and I hope that the developer will be able to fix it as well through an update. But at the end of the day, though, this game still gets a recommendation from my end, simply because I love rhythm games on mobile, and I think this one is absolutely passable. It offers a slightly different gameplay experience than Beatfire, focusing more on actual tapping and rhythm, which is awesome. And the overall style of the game is really well made as well. I enjoyed the graphics, I enjoyed the songs, and I think this is actually a great overall music rhythm game. But those are just my thoughts on Sonic Cat though. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will continue straight into the mobile gaming news of the day then, which is that according to an article over on gamingonphone.com, the Zombies mode in Call of Duty Mobile will soon be completely removed from the game. Maybe not removed for forever though, but definitely removed for the time being. So if you want to enjoy the Zombies mode one last time, you have to do so before the 25th of this month, or you have to wait until the game mode might eventually make it back into the game again. Now, as for why it's being removed, it seems to be because it wasn't played as much as the other game modes, so I guess we might see it return in an improved version at some point in the future, but that could very easily take months or even years, depending on how many players actually request that this game mode should return again. So there you have it. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for sticking around till the end of it. I really appreciate that, and I hope that you'll leave a like on your way out and subscribe if you haven't already, because then, until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.